Shalom, Ahab, Wa, Baraka. In other words, peace, love, and blessings. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Waha Rakakwadash, and double honors to the elder apostles, the prophets, and the teachers at GMS that have been bringing out this 100% truth for the last 40 plus years. And that's important to understand that they haven't changed their doctrine, because the people that we're dealing with in this day and age, there's always a new doctrine coming out. And with that being said, we've got another great class that Menachez Akbar at North Carolina or South Carolina '08 brought out. So I'm going to isolate a section of a class that he brought out, and we're going to have a response to that. So let's get it.
This craziness. Got nothing but a damn agent, man. Where the fuck you come from all of a sudden? Just pop up out of nowhere. Hell no. Hell no.
To my Hebrew Israelite brothers and sisters, Assalamu alaikum to my Muslim brothers and sisters, Hotep to my Kemetic brothers and sisters, Black Power, Most High Power to all my revolutionaries out there. Brother Nasiy Nasir X here, National President of the Line of Judah Armed Forces. Here to let you know, the time is now, brothers and sisters, that we stand strong and unite as a nation of people. Unity is the key. We do not have time for division. We must do away with the murdering and killing of each other, my brothers and sisters. Time is running out, but the time is now that we unite as a nation of people and uphold righteousness and turn back to the divine instructions of our divine creator that he have left for us as a righteous nation, a chosen nation to follow after. I'm gonna tell y'all something. Now that Donald J. Trump is in office, my brothers and sisters, you are under an attack, psychologically, spiritually, and physically. If you do not unite yourselves together, and you do not focus on self-determination and independency, you yourself will be in for a rude awakening. The Line of Judah Armed Forces is here to build the Liberation Army of structure, where we have youth development programs, where we teach our youth, our children, who are the next generation, about knowledge of self and also about righteousness. We have sisterhood development classes as well, where we teach.
All right. Okay, now it's just turning into a commercial. But let's go back to the beginning of what he said, because that's what I really want to address. So I'm going to let him say that again, and then we're going to address that, because this guy literally was calling upon everybody except for the Bloods and the Crips.
Hebrew Israelite brothers and sisters, Assalamu alaikum to my Muslim brothers and sisters, Hotep to my Kemetic brothers and sisters, Black Power, Most High Power to all my revolutionaries out there. Brother Nasiy Nasir X here, National President of the Line of Judah Armed Forces. Here to let...
Okay, right there. So, first things first, let's get some scriptures, because this guy called, like I said, he's calling upon all of the, pretty much every type of a group, I should say, established group of so-called black people. You're not calling on the Israelites, so don't call on the Israelites, because we don't all look like Wesley Snipes. So you're not going to get the Israelites, first of all. In fact, why would you even mention our name? Aren't you a Muslim? Don't you guys have a whole different book than us? Don't you teach different doctrines? You teach different doctrines. You're trying to bring all of this confusion into one room. It's going to cause an explosion. I mean, that's probably, let's get it. Jude 19 and 9, Jude chapter 1 and 19. And it reads, these be they who separate themselves, sensual, not having the Spirit. There's no way you'd be calling on all these other groups and then calling on Israelites, and then dressing up with the Muslim bow tie. You got the green beret. You got the military green beret on, or blue or black, whichever part of the military you're in. Then you got the Israel, the Lion of Judah badge or pin on the hat. I mean, you're all over the place. You're all over the place. Romans 16 and 17. Now I beseech you, brethren, mark them which cause division and offenses contrary to the doctrine which we have learned, and avoid them. These are the kind of people you got to stay away from. Stay grounded in the scripture. Stay grounded in the scripture. All right, like I was saying, this guy is he's all over the place. How are you going to have all these different doctrines? How are you going to have all these different people come into the same room together, and you're going to what? You're going to teach them what? To be the same but different. You can still celebrate Christmas, and we're going to celebrate Hanukkah, and I don't know what you guys celebrate as Muslims. I mean, just that alone, not to mention what days of that the Sabbath are on. So all of this stuff, in my mind, I'm thinking, how is this even possible? How would somebody even say something like this? And, it brings me to Hebrews 13 and 9. Be not carried about with diverse and strange doctrines, for it is a good thing that the heart be established with grace, not with meats. We have not profited them that have been occupied therein. So the point right here is be not carried about with strange and diverse doctrines. Now, if somebody's telling you to come together with a bunch of people that you do not believe are anywhere close to being in the spirit or having the truth in them, and then you're just going to go and break bread with them. Ephesians 4 and 14, that we henceforth no more be no more children, tossed to and fro and carried about with every wind of doctrine by the sleight of men and the cunning craftiness whereby they lie in wait to deceive. So you're the self-proclaimed president of your own foundation in which you created with national president Nasiy Nasir X, right? So you are yourself, or I don't know, maybe you voted and you had somebody else make you the president. Who knows? All I know is that you're waiting for all these people to come in so you can lie to them. That's what I see. And then you're telling us to gather together. What are we going to do? What, are we going to fight somebody now? Are we going to go out there and start a war against the hands of evil? Job 9 and 24. The earth is given into the hands of the wicked. He covered the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? So the earth was given into the hands of the wicked. So they run this place, and we're like specks of dust compared to the army that they would have. In fact, the weapons, you know what? Let me get it real quick. Let's get it. Oh, this thing turned off again.
Any way, shape, or form.
Sorry about that. Salakia. All right, let's get it. 2 Corinthians 10 and 4. Like I said, what are you going to do? We're all going to go against the greatest army of all time as a group of what? What do you got? Like 30, 35 members? 40 members? Anyway, let's get it. This is 2 Corinthians 10 and 4. For the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty through Yahweh to the pulling down of strongholds. So our weapons are not physical. Our weapons are through the power of the Spirit. Prayer and fasting is how we get things done around here. Prayer and fasting. We're not going to dress up like we're part of some, Pan-African military, and literally pretend and parade around like we're some kind of weapon of war. Our weapons of war are not carnal, okay? Our weapons of warfare are not carnal. You know what? 2 Corinthians 6 and 7. By the word of truth, by the power of Yahweh, by the armor of righteousness on the right hand and on the left. That's our weapons. You got that? Do you understand? You know what? I think it's 2 Kings 6 and 17. Let's see. I'm looking for something now, because I'll show you what our there it is. 2 Kings 6 and 17. So this is our army, I guess you could say. This is the army that's already been gathered for us. So because I just told you, we have to do prayer and fasting, and through that's how our weapons of warfare are not carnal but spiritual. So when you go into 2 Kings 6 and 17, for some reason I'm just having a really serious problem loading here. Let me get it over here. Maybe this will be better. It was working right here. Let's see. Oh, there it is. All right. 2 Kings 6 and 17. It finally loaded. Salakia. And Elisha prayed and said, Yahweh, I pray thee, open his eyes that he may see. And Yahweh opened the eyes of the young man, and he saw, and behold, the mountain was full of horses and chariots of fire round about Elisha. We have a whole army. We have a whole army sent down from Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai to protect us. But that is for the chosen elect. So when you guys all gather over there in your what I would call it's a subculture. You're trying to create your own subculture. You're literally saying, I could do it better by myself over here. Doesn't matter what God you have, come over here with me. I'm a greater God because I can save you. How are you going to save us when it says that the only way we are going to be saved is by Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai? He's the only one that can deliver us from this madness. I got a few more precepts, so I just had to show you guys that because he's telling you that that we're going to gather together as an army. So I had to show you that the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but spiritual. And then I had to show you that we actually do have an army, 2 Kings 6 and 17, that is around about the righteous, the chosen elect. Now, if you're not part of the 1/3, you probably already clicked off this video anyway. But the thing is, when you self-proclaim that you are going to be this great president and leader, but you have not brought one scripture to the table, we have to ask ourselves. We have to ask ourselves, well, is this guy really of Yahweh? Because according to Amos 3 and 7, it reads, surely Yahweh will do nothing, but he revealeth his secrets unto his servants, the prophets. The prophets are going to tell you what the scriptures say. They're not going to tell you to gather all nations together in the name of Nasiy Nasir X. That's just not how it's going to go down. So, so let's get John 15 and 15, just for the sake of argument, because this guy's trying to tell you that he is the way and he knows the way, but it says, for my 1/3 brothers and sisters that hear stuff like this, oh, come join. And there's no way you're on the fence, but that 1/3 that hasn't been shown the truth yet, you're on the fence still because you didn't hear this yet. But when you do hear it, like all of the other brothers and sisters that have come into the truth, there's a zeal, a spark, something inside of your chest. You can feel it inside of you when the spirit starts to grow. So, John 15 and 15, henceforth I call you not servants, for the servants knoweth not what his Lord doth, but I call you friends, For all things that I have heard of my Father, I have made known unto you. So the 1/3, we're going to know the truth. We're going to come after liars like this guy and remind everybody, you can't save the children of Israel and then try to pack in all these other groups, Pan-African, Muslims, Black Panthers, Bloods, Crips, everybody, right? Everybody's involved now. Everybody gets to go into the kingdom. It's like a whole different version of a Christian doctrine. Christians, but only for black people. Any type of black person, but that's it. It just doesn't make sense. The Most High made these things known unto us. So, I'm going to say one more thing. Just to remind everybody, this is a spiritual warfare that we're in. What was that guy's name? Jam Master Jay. This guy is literally like, it reminds me of the movie They Clone Tyrone. Because Jam Master Jay came out saying the same damn thing, dressed the same way and everything. His doctrine was just a slightly different. And now here comes this guy saying the same thing. They cloned Tyrone. That movie it's trying to tell you that they got you guys all thinking the same way and doing the same and never breaking the routine. You can't break that. You got to break those generational curses, in other words. But anyway, Psalms 25:14. The secret of Yahweh is with them that fear him, and he will show them his covenant. So the only people that are actually going to be saved, and this guy, he's just going to get you guys all in the same room so they can just drop a bomb on it and get rid of a bunch of you at once. And then he's like, all right, I'll be right back. And the next thing you know, the whole room has been destroyed and that guy got away somehow, the scapegoat. But anyway, the children of Israel, we're going to be revealed the secrets. And the Most High, like I said, he's never going to let us have more than we can handle. He's always going to give us a way out. So for the righteous and the sincere, you're going to see right through this. But for the rest of you that haven't learned yet, this guy might be exactly what you're looking for. And that'll tell you right where your spirit's at with Yahweh Shem Yahushua instantly. If you think that this guy's going to be able to save you, then you're sadly mistaken. Matthew chapter 24, KJV. Yes, that one. It finally remembers this. It took this thing, 2-3 years for this tablet. It's finally starting to remember what website I like to use. Isn't that neat? But if you go to Matthew 24 and 5, it says, many shall come in my name saying, I am Christ, and shall deceive many. This is just doing the same exact thing. He's just got a little twist on it. They always like to throw their twist. I'm just trying to look for your GoFundMe app. So that way we can all donate to your cause for you. That's what you really want. When people do this, they want your money. This is all about money. And you know what? Let's jump down, since we're in the book of Matthew. Let's jump down to verse 23, and let's read. Then, if any man shall say unto you, lo, here is Christ, or there, believe it not. So if this dude's going to say that Christ is with him and he's over here with me and this, that, and the third, and we're making moves out here, don't believe that. Because that guy never broke down a scripture. He never told you anything that the Bible said. I don't see any part where he was celebrating any of the required high holy days. I don't see anywhere where he was following the Shabbat laws according to the moon cycle. So this guy's just a big fat liar. So believe him not. Verse 24. For there shall arise many false Christs and many false prophets, and shall show great signs and wonders, insomuch that if it were possible, they should fool the very elect. Now this guy, if you're fooled by this dude, you've definitely got an issue, because this guy is,
Yeah.
let's just say, no, I don't think so. I don't think so. Nobody's fooled by this. Jam Master Jay already did this, what, a year or two ago? Or, I don't know, between a year and 3 years. I know when it was back there somewhere. You're just like they cloned Tyrone. And so I'm going to go ahead and just I'm going to read a couple more verses. I'm going to shut it down there. So let's go back into it. Let's read verse 24. And then that way we can read 25 with it. And it reads, "For there shall arise false Christs and false prophets, and shall shew great signs and wonders, insomuch that if it were possible, they shall deceive the very elect. Behold, I have told you before. Wherefore, if they shall say unto you, Behold, he is in the desert, go not forth. Behold, he is in the secret chambers, believe it not." Here's the point. Verse 27, "For as lightning cometh out of the east, and shineth even unto the west, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be." The guy that's going to save us is going to have the greatest entry of all times, to the point where we're going to forget the first Exodus with Moses. So remember that. Remember that. Remember that. Yahweh is going to save us. You're not going to save us. And you know how he's going to save us? He's going to call us up into the clouds. And I'll read that, and then we're closing out there. So Revelation chapter 20, chapter 11, and verse 12. And it reads, "And they heard a great voice from heaven, saying unto them, Come up hither. And they ascended up to heaven in a cloud, and their enemies beheld them." How are you going to accomplish that, Nazir? How are you going to accomplish that? How are you going to send us up into a cloud in heaven, other than getting us killed? And with that being said, if you got eyes to see and ears to hear, I hope you got something out of this small message. Don't believe these wackos. And I'll put his face there for a second. I just kept it out on purpose. But don't believe these wackos. They are not here to save you. They're only here for money. And at the end, that's all it's going to be about. It's him trying to get rich off of the donations. Shalom.